Are you ready to be connected? You're listening to the Insured Connection podcast by Pica Group, a pro assurance company, where we provide expert advice for your practice when you need it most. We connect you with industry leaders to discuss timely topics so you can listen, learn, and get back to caring for your patients. Now, let's connect.
Well, hello, everyone. This is your host, Dr. Adrianne Ross. Thank you for joining us again on the Insured Connection. I am always excited to bring you fresh faces as well as leaders within the profession and those that just have powerful stories, from our students all the way to our practitioners, to our attorneys, and even those that work within the company for pro assurance. But today, I'm going to be emphasizing particularly on a woman who I have always valued. This is Dr. Danielle Watson Green. Dr. Green, thank you so much for coming on board.
Hi. Or anything for you.
So, I mean, this is also a time where we like to honor our women, and so there's a couple of reasons why I brought you on, and so that we could just have a casual conversation with you. Could you tell our listeners, and some are probably already very well familiar with who you are, but tell some of our other listeners, because this goes out not just to, our podiatry community, but also to our other lines, as to who you are and what is the new role that you just got appointed to.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know who I am. I'm not that famous, but
Well, your face was on the cover of APMA. I hate to break it to you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, my name is Danielle Green-Watson. I am the owner of Georgia Bluefoot and Ankle. I have two practices, one in Douglasville and one in Hiram. I am from Florida, whoop, whoop, but my husband is, he's a retired Army, so I've been traveling with him, and we just happened to land in Georgia and retire. So thank God for that. I have two kids. I have a 14-year-old, even though it doesn't look like it. I know. And I have a 4-year-old, and that's pretty much it. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a Christian, I'm a business owner, I am a friend, and I just love life. Oh, and my new position. I currently was nominated and voted to be the president of AC-DUCY, which is pretty much we're leaders of our caucus. We go to the House of Delegates and we go vote. So if you have 4 or less delegates in your caucus that represent your state, you are automatically pretty much a part of AC-DUCY. And so I am now the president. I served last year as the vice president, and I have moved up. So I'm very grateful for that. So that's me in a nutshell. I love music. I love socks. I love Jordans, even though they are not recommended by podiatrists. Everybody like me. But if you catch me at the office, someday I might have on SpongeBob socks, someday.
Oh my goodness.
Smurf socks, someday I may even throw a little Outcast or Lil Wayne in there.
Oh, wow.
Depends.
Oh, wow.
So that's me.
Yes, this is what I love about you. This is absolutely also something that many people within the profession love about you, is you're authentic. If our listeners are not picking that up already, I don't know how you wouldn't, but you're also very authentic. You're very, if I had to speak on you, you're very passionate, about not even just matters related to medicine or even just to podiatry, but you're just passionate for people, and you have a way of connecting with people. So I wanted to ask you that, as a woman, and also as a Black woman, and as a physician who also happens to be a woman, how does that empower you? How does that allow you to relate to your patients? Because you have a really good rapport with patients.
I think that one, I'm gifted, not just like in what I do in my profession. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose. So it comes naturally. It's not something I wake up and say, oh, I'm going to be this Dr. Watson today. I feel like when you walk in purpose and it's your gift, your God-given gift, and you can make a living from it, that is definitely rare. So being who I am first makes me the doctor and woman I am, secondly. And beyond that, being a Black woman in the profession, I feel like as an African-American or a Black woman, we have been pioneers since the beginning of time. So if we go back to like biblical times, there's a lot of things going on over in Africa, especially Egypt specifically. And then from that, you know, our history, unfortunately, our past is slavery. Even in slavery, we were pioneers. We raised children, we breastfed children, we took care of children, we led our communities when we were broken and separated. So to come through that, and then now today, I think we're still pioneers. Ultimately, I believe that we all, DNA proves, and scientifically, it has been proven that we all originate from a Black woman. So we are definitely powerful women. So as far as relating it to the profession, I feel like there's a sense of magic we produce. No one can mimic that magic. No one can take that magic and change it around. There's a level of comfort, I think, that we give to our patients. That, not saying that no one can give that level of comfort. There's just a different spin on the way that I give it. So I think one that contributes to it. Two, I feel as though it's just a power behind it. It's just something, like, we've been through so much, and to make it to the level that we have made it to, that says a lot. And three, I feel like as a Black physician, I've been humbled, unfortunately, a lot, and I have faced challenges that other people have not had to face. So I look at every aspect of my profession in medicine and the way I treat my patients. There's a difference. There's just challenges we have to go through and challenges we have to face as a Black woman that no other color, creed has to face.
Yes. Yes. It's,
Yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I walk in a room, unfortunately, unfortunately, I am the center of attention because our profession is watered down, one, by men, two, we are a small percentage. So I'm sought out a lot because of the comfort and the trust and the love that I provide as a physician, one, and two, as a symbol of just compassion.
Well said. Yeah, obviously I can relate. I'm letting you speak.
yes.
Obviously I can relate. It's interesting when you say when you're sought out. When I moved to Georgia, I had a patient that came in, and she was a retired professor, a college professor, older Black woman. And she looked at me, she grabbed my hand, and she said, "Wow, you have encouraged me so much just by seeing you and how professional you are and just how far you've come." And she gave me about a 15-minute pep talk. And she says she had sought me out, and it was so amazing. And I think that sometimes, we lose touch with, and I'll let you kind of comment on this, people lose touch with how intimate medicine is. And that sometimes, when you're finding that commonality with patients, that it allows them to open up and maybe say things that normally they wouldn't feel comfortable to say.
Yes. And I think it's the language we speak, right? Because I can go to a room and I can say, "How are you doing today, Miss Brown? How's your care going?" And then I can walk into a room and I can be like, "Mr. Thompson, why you ain't taking care of yourself?" And Mr. Thompson,
throw him out a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, oh man, Dr. Watson. And yes, you can be professional on one level, but two, you have that swag.
Relatable.
Relatable.
Yes.
A touch. Where they can break down that stereotype of what a doctor is. So to them, I'm not just a doctor. I'm their sister. I'm their mom. I'm their homegirl. I'm the best friend back home. So I think that's something that we can provide. And it's code switching, right?
Yeah.
As a Black professional, as Black professional woman, you have to know how to code switch.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's interesting too, because what was your undergraduate degree?
Always brag on me.
I mean, I just have to put it out there, because it's not something that everybody comes across, but you have a love and a passion for biochemistry. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's my undergraduate degree was in molecular and microbiology.
Good Lord.
Yes, so I do. Before I sought out or just went medical school route. I've always wanted to go to medical school. I just didn't know what type of doctor I wanted to be, but I've always had a passion for microbiology. In fact, you don't know this, but even though I have my doctorate, I just got accepted to Georgia State for my master's in biology. Um, I yay. And people are like, why are you going backwards? I just love biology that much. I want to be able, in 10 years when I retire and sell my practice or oversee it, to be able to teach. So yes, I do have my degree. And it was hard. It was only 10 people that graduate in my college. So you know how in undergrad, UCF is the second largest school in the country.
Yes.
So, in the college, they break up your colleges. So you have like the College of Education. Well, like thousands of people stood up. The College of, I don't know, Fine Arts, 1 million people stood up and, received their degrees.
Yeah.
I remember they said the College of Molecular and Microbiology. When I tell you, 10 people stood up. And the whole stadium, they like started laughing because they were looking. This is UCF. And so everyone we actually got a standing ovation. Like everyone laughed. But
dude, who in their right mind goes into molecular biology? I worked in the lab of a molecular biologist, and I thought, good Lord.
Yes, my personality being stuck in a dish.
Oh my goodness, I have so much kudos for you because yes, that is hard.
It was hard.
That is hard.
And I am like a finisher. So when I started, and I saw these people going to medical school like with degrees of like, regular biology, psychology. Some people physical, I don't know, sports medicine they were going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? But I am not a quitter. So I kept at it. I'm like, man, what was I thinking? I
said you were going to leave your mark on the world.
Thank you.
You were going to leave your mark on the world. And it's funny is because it's so organic. Obviously I know you, and just being able to hear you, it's so empowering, but it's also so affirming to know. I had another colleague of mine, another woman, we were laughing and joking. We were talking about you, and she said, do you ever feel like after you talk to her, I said that you've been souped up, charged up, and you're ready to go? And she goes, absolutely. She goes, I feel like whatever day I'm having, I can talk to Danielle and I'm ready to take on the world. It's because it's so encouraging. She will walk through the halls and empower all the women as she's walking by and just compliment them and love on them and encourage them and lift them up. You're just such a lifter. Yes, you're a finisher, but you're also a lifter.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I admire in you. But what were you going to say?
I agree. I am an advocate of womanhood. If you have on nice earrings or you're looking good, hair is laid, I'm gonna tell you, because why not? Why not tell you? I'm confident in who I am.
Yes.
So why you never know what they're going through. And I just like to make people feel good. If you're looking good, I'm gonna tell you. I am not I am not that friend that you call and they're like, oh my God, I'm so fat. I'm like, girl, you look good. Now, if your hair is, I'm gonna pull you aside, but I'm gonna hype you up. I am gonna hype you up. I am.
But we need more of that. We need more of that, not just within medicine and in the profession, but we just need more of that sisterhood. And so that's why first person I thought of, I said, you know what, if we're honoring women for a particular month, or we're even giving an episode or any time, really just to appreciate the beauty of being a woman. For one, I was like, this is the woman that first woman that pops into my mind, So I'm gonna close out with another question is,
okay,
if you could be anything else other than what you are right now and doing anything, what would you be and why?
Well, I think I would have been an actress.
Oh, I guess.
Yes. Or actress, like, but like of a comedy series, because
Uh-huh.
I love to laugh and I love to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and actually in high school, which you a little tidbit, I was um I was in theater. I
Really?
was a thespian. Yes.
I'm learning a lot here.
Yes, I basically directed my own play. We had a play. I forgot the name of the play. But that's I just I from start to finish. And the
Mhm.
funny part is that I was on people about their lines that during the actual play I actually forgot. I was so busy trying to make sure everybody, but they covered it up well. So the reason and the reason I would do that. Number one, like I said, I love to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Number two, I have a lot of different what's the word? Sort of looking for personalities. And I think I could really have fun with that.
Yes.
And three, the money. And but you know why I would
Don't hold back on the honesty.
no. I want the more of the to make people feel good and to laugh and enjoy their time.
Yeah.
Because if you come in my patients' rooms, I tell you, they always say, Dr. Watson, they're laughing, they're crying, like with tears of fun.
Yeah.
And they said that one of them said I should have been a comedian. But my funniness it has to be natural. It has to be in the moment. So
Yeah.
I think I would have been an actress.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that.
Starring.
Yeah. Dr. Danielle.
Yeah. Could have been on like House or
Oh my
Anatomy.
goodness.
I could have done it.
I could definitely see that.
Yes.
Yeah, and you would have killed it. You would have killed it. Okay, last one. Last one.
Okay. I'm cool.
If
All
you
right.
are to give, if you wanted to give advice to your other fellow women, particularly women that are in medicine, what advice would you give to them?
I'm going to answer that two-part. You can cut off if I'm talking too much.
No, go for it.
There's a difference between, of course, a woman. As a woman, pick that chin up, baby. Pick that chin up. Sometimes it gets hard, like, and I love my family and I love my children. But to come home to, to give and give and give and make people laugh, all day can be, exhausting.
No.
So because you're walking in and you're giving that energy and you're giving a part of yourself and you're taking away your problems. And then not only do you work all day and you solve problems all day and all these people depend on you, but then you go home and you have children.
They suck everything else out.
If you had a little tidbit every
It's gone.
problem, you're solving equations, pay for that tutor.
Yes.
Pay for that tutor, pay for that nanny. And then you have a husband who loves you. I pray and loves me. But then you have to be a wife. You have to cook. You have to go to bed and take care of them. So by the end of the night, you are exhausted.
Yeah.
But but you are happy. I don't like there's an exhaustion, but there's a happy to it because you're walking in your purpose.
Yeah.
So that's number one, lift your chin up. Number two, as a Black woman, that's deeper. Because there will be times where you have to give and you give and you give and people take and they question you and they challenge you. And every day you're walking on eggshells because you are trying to prove yourself to that person. But once you've done all that, I find myself like, honestly, when I get a patient that doesn't look like me and they're surprised to see me and they didn't Google or look my website up before they walked in my room. And it's like they saw a ghost when you walk in, like, whoa. And then you find yourself in a bubble where you're trying to prove yourself to them. And then you're exhausted because you're over talking and you're overthinking and you're doing everything and you're backtracking and you're pulling articles and you're doing this, something you would have never done for, not saying that you wouldn't have taken care of that patient, but you're overdoing it. I would say, let it go. What God has for you is for you. What patient is for you is for you. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. What you know is what you know. And if they don't want to see you, screw them. And then again, pick that chin up and keep going. And that's it. That's it. Keep going, baby. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Shake that negative energy off. Spend money. You work hard. Keep going.
That's so encouraging. I'm listening to that and I was like, I feel like I'm sharing this with many people, for my men and my women listening, because it is fruitful, what you're saying. But I'm also being selfish and taking it in as well, So I wanted to tell you, thank you so much for being able to take the time, on a weekday and give of yourself, to so many that are going to be listening. Really, really grateful for who you are and everything that you're doing for the profession, that you're doing for your family, that you're doing for your friends, that you're doing for all of us, and for those that don't even know you yet. So grateful for you. And I really do hope that, people take your words to heart. And it inspires them the same way that it inspired me. So thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And I will look forward. I will look forward to seeing you on some sitcom or some show at some point.
Maybe.
Maybe after we retire.
Maybe, yes.
To all our listeners, again, thank you so, so much for joining us on the Insured Connection, and we look forward to you on our next show. Have a good night.
And that's it for this week's episode. But let's continue connecting. If you're enjoying the Insured Connection, don't forget to leave a review on your streaming platform and subscribe now so you can connect with us each time we post a new episode. To stay connected with us throughout the week and to tell us topics we should discuss on future episodes, go to picagroup.com/Insured Connection.